Reaction continues to come in over a new spate of Clinton emails recently discovered by the FBI. The feds stumbled on the emails during an investigation into former Congressman Anthony Weiner. Weiner was suspected of texting pictures of his sex organs to a 15-year-old girl after the girl asked her doctor for a lobotomy to have the images surgically removed from her mind. Weiner said he was enthusiastic about an FBI probe until he found out probe just meant investigation. The FBI seized the computers of Weiner and Hillary Clinton's aide, Huma Abedin. Ms. Abedin made an angry statement to the press saying, quote, "These law enforcement infidels are unfair to anyone who is a presidential candidate's lesbian lover with ties to the Muslim Brotherhood." I'm not saying me necessarily, but just if someone was ever like that, law enforcement would be unfair to her, unquote. Hillary Clinton spoke angrily before a gathering of supporters saying, quote, "I demand that the FBI release these new emails immediately and that my cronies in the State Department delay their release so that I can seem transparent while actually obstructing justice at the same time. Okay, now turn on the microphone and I'll make my public statement," unquote. Members of the media were also outraged. Blithering Prevarication III, the opinion and/or news editor of the New York Times, a former newspaper, said, quote, "When FBI Director James Comey called for Hillary Clinton to remain unindicted while simultaneously announcing sufficient grounds for her indictment after giving her co-conspirators immunity in return for nothing and barely questioning Hillary herself at all, I believe Comey was an unimpeachable public servant of immense integrity. But now I see he's a corrupt hack who's trying to influence an election instead of doing his job." Oh, wait, maybe that's me. I'm all confused, unquote. Clinton campaign officials tried to force the email news off the front page by dredging up yet another woman to accuse Donald Trump of molesting her. In an emotional press conference, the woman said, quote, "It's appalling that Donald Trump should be allowed to get away with having sex with me just because he's a rich celebrity who gave me jewels and money and got my pictures in the papers and now doesn't even call me," unquote. Campaign officials later admitted they might be scraping the bottom of the molestation barrel. As for Trump himself, upon hearing of the new emails, he immediately sent out a tweet saying, quote, "Alicia Machado really was much too fat, plus she's Hispanic, so she was like a fat Hispanic maid, #emails, unquote." As for my own reaction, I think there's a moral here for all of us. Never send explicit sexual material to an underage girl if you're married to a presidential candidate's radical Islamist lesbian lover whose computer holds evidence that the candidate exposed state secrets in order to hide the fact she was peddling influence at the highest levels of government. If you're a Republican, that could get you sent to prison for life. If you're a Democrat, it could make you the multimillionaire leader of the free world. So don't do it, unless you're a Democrat. Trigger warning, I'm Andrew Klavan, and this is The Andrew Klavan Show.
I feel hunky-dunky, life is tickety-boo. Birds are winging, also singing hunky-dunky-doo. Ship-shaped, ipsy-topsy, the world is zippity-zing. It's a wonderful day, hurrah, hooray! It makes me want to sing. Oh, hurrah, hooray! Oh, hooray, hurrah!
It does make me want to sing, but thank heavens I'll resist the urge. Oh, we even have a Halloween Klavan on there. I actually came in costume as a woman who identifies as a man. That's as much of a costume as I'm going to wear. All right, we're going to be asking the philosophical questions today. If Hillary Clinton has a Klavanless weekend, does that mean it's not Klavanless for the rest of us? Is that, I don't know. That's all right. But first, the Daily Wire not wanting to leave entertainment off. You know, we try to deal with politics, but we have to have entertainment. We've produced our own Halloween movie to terrify you this season.
Announcing the commencement of the annual purge. All government and emergency services will be suspended for 12 hours. All crime is legal.
Hurry up, boys. We only have 12 hours before the government shuts this project down.
Take her up. Let's kill Ethan Hawke.
No time. Reg 14B Section 249Q is only suspended.
Announcing the
Only suspended for 12 hours.
But anything. I mean, we could do anything. Murder?
Sorry, son. 12 small businesses to start after this.
Plus, it's the only day of the year I can smoke a cigarette in the bar.
Gotta open a lemonade stand with my kid.
gonna ride a bike without a helmet. Woohoo!
That's very funny. All right. I did like the idea of killing Ethan Hawke, but I guess starting a business is good too. All right. Before we're going to get to our cultural segment with the much beloved Michael Knowles, we even have some fan mail that was written to me, which you won't believe. But we're going to get to that in a little while. First, we have to deal with James Comey. Oh, the evil James, evil, terrible saint or saintly James. I'm so confused. Is he a saint? Is he an evildoer? I don't know anymore. So he found some more emails, right? Go ahead. Let me I just want to go back for a moment. I'm going to go back in time to 2013. Do you remember Marco Rubio gave the official Republican response to the Obama State of the Union address? And in the middle of this response, he took a sip of water, okay? Here's a compilation of the media reaction to his sip of water.
Can a drink of water make or break a political career? A U.S. Senator, possible presidential candidate? Going to find out.
These things happen when you don't really know what you're saying or believe what you're saying.
The Florida senator certainly felt the heat and couldn't help but swallow his own pride as he turned water into whining.
Marco Rubio's Watergate moment, it's being called, was an awkward one for both him and many in the Republican Party who see him as the GOP savior.
It's being called Rubio's Watergate. Even Zero Dark Thirsty.
Okay, so here's my question. If a drink of water threatens the career of a Republican who might be a presidential candidate, what happens when a former Democrat congressman makes sexual Twitter advances to a minor, causing the FBI to seize the computer of his wife, the Democrat presidential candidate's aide, and a woman with proven ties to radical Islam, and the said computer is found to contain emails that potentially exposed classified information by using a private server to hide the fact that she was peddling influence? I'm just asking for a friend, you know. I mean, I just want to know. I mean, it's incredible, the difference. By the way, not just to be fair, Donald Trump also went after Rubio during the primaries for the water drinking.
When they put Marco on to refute President Obama's speech, do you remember that catastrophe? And he's like this, and we were, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And he's, this.
That was old Donald Trump. The best thing I can say about Donald Trump, by the way, is that he has learned, right? He's not that guy. He doesn't do that anymore. He's actually, however, Donald Trump also said something else last summer, and this is a long clip, but it's worth playing because this is something he said about the email scandal and the fact that some of these emails were going to Huma Abedin.
So Uma now is one of the people that it all sort of came through Uma. Who is Uma married to? One of the great sleazebags of our time. Anthony Weiner. Did you know that? She's married to Anthony Weiner. You know, the little bing, 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 bum, bum. I love you very much. So, now think of it. So, Uma is getting classified secrets. She's married to Anthony Weiner, who's a perv. No, he is. He is. So she's married. Now, these are confidential documents. She's married to this guy who's... And guess what happens to Anthony Weiner? A month ago, I see he went to work for a public relations firm. Do you believe it? Now, if you think that Uma isn't telling Anthony, who she's probably desperately in love with, in all fairness to Anthony, because why else would she marry this guy? Can you believe it? Can't see straight. But if you would... Look, think of it. So Uma's got... It's coming through Uma. She's got a lot of stuff, a lot of information. Who knows? So she's married to a bad guy. I know Anthony Weiner for a long time. I knew before they caught him with the bing, 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 right? And he was a bad guy then. It turned out that he was a really bad guy. So she's married to Anthony Weiner. Do you think there's even a 5% chance that she's not telling Anthony Weiner, now of a public relations firm, what the hell is coming across?
I kind of miss that Donald Trump, you know, bing, 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 boop, boop, boop. I miss him, you know, making fun of me, making faces and all that stuff. Now he reads off the thing with the, you know, he looks like he's on Xanax and he's reading off the teleprompter and all this. So lo and behold, just as Stradamus predicted, right? Just as he predicted, they go in to find they after Anthony Weiner for sexting a minor, which really is sleazy. I mean, how stupid? That's like stop me before I sext more. Like he obviously wants to get caught. A guy who's doing that. So they come in to investigate that, and they find 650,000 emails on these computers that they seized from this family. Now Abaddon and Weiner are now estranged. Huma said she's going to divorce him, so they're apart. But still, they seize the emails. Now they've gotten warrants to search these other emails, and they do contain some emails from Hillary Clinton, but they don't know. He hasn't said anything about what's on them. There's some speculation that he wouldn't have gone to all this trouble if he didn't think there was something really in there. But I don't know about that, because he told Congress that this was over, that he had done everything. He'd seen all the emails. He'd gone through everything. So he kind of had to say, no, we're now reinvestigating. He couldn't not say that, whatever anybody thinks, whether he's covering his butt or whatever. He basically had to say that or get, I don't know if it would be perjury, but it would certainly look very, very bad for him. All right, and we'll get back to Comey in a minute. But first, I love, now remember Klavan's second rule of mainstream media journalism, right? When there is a scandal on the right, the news is the scandal. When there is a scandal on the left, the news is who got the information and how is it obtained. So when there's a scandal on the left, it's, the Russians, James Comey, this is what happens on the left. If it's a scandal on the right, it's like, never mind all that, let's get down to brass tacks, let's get down to the information that's in here. So Hillary Clinton comes out with her statement. This is her reading her prepared statement.
Oh, you're a liar. You're just a liar. You always were.
Oh, wait, man. that was actually Hillary Clinton in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. I forgot that. whatever happened to Baby Al. Here's her statement.
We are 11 days out from perhaps the most important national election of our lifetimes. Voting is already underway in our country. So the American people deserve to get the full and complete facts immediately. The director himself has said he doesn't know whether the emails referenced in his letter are significant or not. I'm confident, whatever they are, will not change the conclusion reached in July. Therefore, it's imperative that the Bureau explain this issue in question, whatever it is, without any delay. So I look forward to moving forward to focus on the important challenges facing the American people, winning on November 8th, and working with all Americans to build a better future for our country. Thank you.
So numerous, I don't know, you call them lies. The woman cannot open her mouth, even with a prepared statement, without saying something that's inherently dishonest. Calling them to release these emails is inherently dishonest because they can't. They can't do it. They have to look at them. They've gotten the warrant now. I think that just happened. But when you go in and search for something and you find something that's not on the warrant, you then have to get a warrant to search those. So she knows these things can't be released right away. Plus, her State Department, working on her behalf, as we know from WikiLeaks, working on her behalf and in concert with the President of the United States, in concert with the White House, has been obstructing all this information all this time. So this sudden concern that everything come out, and be released is absolute nonsense. Plus, she repeatedly said that this letter was sent only to Republicans, which just wasn't true. It was sent to both Republicans and Democrats. I got to say goodbye to Facebook already, right? Oh, man, we got some good stuff coming up, so don't go away. Come on over to the Daily Wire, Facebook and YouTube. Come on over to the Daily Wire and hear the rest, and then subscribe so you don't have to go through this incredible agony every time we get together. Subscribe.